back to Speller Tutorial Services. Today we're going to be talking about exponential equations. An exponential equation is an equation where a variable exists in the power or exponent. In this case, we see 2 raised to the 6x power. Because we have an x in the exponent, we know that this here is an exponential equation. All right, I've shown this equation in a previous video, but here I'm going to show an alternate method to solving this particular problem. We see that the 4 here is being multiplied by the exponent, so that means we can divide both sides by the 4 to actually undo that process. In doing so, we see that 4 divided by 4 leaves us, or gives us 1, which leaves us with 2 raised to the 6x power. And on the right hand side, we have 128 divided by 4. We know that 4 goes into 12 3 times, and then 4 goes into that 8 2 times, leaving us with 2 raised to the 6x power is equal to 32. One of our goals here is to see if we can have the same base on both sides. So what we're going to do is the prime factorization of 32 to see if we can come up with a base of 2. We know that 32 is the same thing as 16 times 2. We know that 16 is the same as 4 times 4. And we know that 4 is the same thing as 2 times 2. So we see that our prime factorization goes all the way down to 2's, and we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. So we know that 32 is the same thing as 2 raised to the 5th power, and we're going to keep what we have on the left hand side. We see here that the bases are the same, which means that we can set those exponents equal to each other. So we have 6x is equal to that 5. Now we need to isolate this x because we only want to have a coefficient of 1, so we divide both sides by 6, and that leaves us with x is equal to 5/6. Now what we want to do is to go ahead and check this problem to make sure that we've done it correctly. So I'm going to go back to our original equation, which is 4 times 2 raised to the 6x power, and that there is equal to 128. We're going to go ahead and do our first step, which was to divide both sides by 4. That gives us 2 raised to the 6x power is equal to 32. From what we've done previously, we know that 32 is the same thing as 2 to the 5th power, and then we're going to substitute this 5/6 in for the x that we see here. So it's 2 raised to the 6th power times 5/6. Since I have a 6 in the numerator and denominator, I know that those simplify down to 1, and that leaves me with 2 to the 5th power is equal to 2 to the 5th power. So just like we did in the other equation, in the other video, we know that our check is correct. All right, that sums it up for this video. Thank you for watching another video on Speller Tutorial Services. Please visit our YouTube site and subscribe. Thanks again.